Yo, what's up? I'm UndaSkore. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today I'm going to be trying to make a house beat for Drake. Let's get straight into it. So yeah, the new Drake album was quite a surprise, I think, to a lot of people. It was quite a weird coincidence that he dropped a house album just as I got back from my Ibiza a few weeks ago. I've never really tried making house music before. I understand some of the basic principles. One of my best friends is a tech house producer and DJ, so I go to a lot of his gigs and I listen to a lot of house music, but like I said, I've just never tried it. So yeah, a lot of trial and error will probably be involved here, but let's see if we can try and create a vibe that will work for Honestly Nevermind. So I just went through my splice packs and found this loop which I like the sound of, and it's just a really simple chord progression and it sounds like this. Put a bit of reverb on it. With the Drake album, there was a lot of sort of ambience and atmosphere involved in the tracks. Obviously, you got the basic house principles and, you know, the percussion and rhythm is really important. But I really liked some of the spaciness in some of the tracks. And so we put a ton of reverb on this just to make sure it has that ambience. So we got this bell sounding on this sphere that we're going to try and create some sort of top line, a nice little melody. Next we're going to go into arcade, which I think works really well for these type of tracks where you need like good vocal chops and stabs and things like that. So it just introduces a bit of randomness, which I think is important in these type of beats. So there's a couple of sounds in this arcade kit which I think work really well. So I'm just going to record them both separately and then bounce them to audio. Next, we're going to go back into arcade and try and find something else. So you can see I just go into arcade, bounce things out to audio, then go back in and find new kits and stuff like that. So in house music, these rises are really important because you need it before the drop and it just creates that sort of anticipation. To do these house drums, you're going to first of all be relying on 4 on the floor, which is basically a kick drum just going doom, 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 which is like synonymous of house music and dance music in general. So for the hi-hat, we're just going to play in MIDI, and I'm just going to do it on the offbeat, which again is quite typical in house music, and then we can add more percussive layers on top of that when we need to. Going to try and find a sort of perk loop now to layer with this, which is quite important in house music. Okay, next up, going back to the melodic elements, we've got this lead synth sound in Omnisphere, which sounds like this. So it's very like Stranger Things type sounding, 80s and all that. And we're just going to try and record something in, just improvise a little something. So next I want to try and find a bass sound. This is the part that I struggle with the most with this type of music, I think, because it's really important to make sure it's the right sort of bass sound. You can't just like throw in an 808 really. So we're going to start off by looking in Serum for a good bass sound. Everyone swears by Serum. I don't really use it a lot, but for bass it should have the right sort of thing. So let's just audition some sounds. Alright, so after a lot of searching, I finally come across a preset which I like the sound of. It's this one here, BAFM Wob. So it's got a lot of depth to it, but it's also got a slight wobble, and it's just the sort of sound that I like in a house beat. So we're just going to record a sort of basic bass line that follows the chord progression with a few walking notes in between, and see how it sounds, I guess. The bass definitely needs a bit more tweaking in terms of the EQ and the actual sound itself, but I think the pattern works pretty well. It gives a lot of options for movement and, you know, doing some cool automation with the sounds and effects on it. Alright, I think we're going to leave it there for now. We've got a good skeleton to this track. We've got the basic principles down. So I'll finish this up and show you the full beat at the end of this video. Like I said, it's my first time doing this, so I'm still trying to figure it out for myself. I also want to get my mate, who's a house producer, on the channel to show how he makes music, because he's really, really good at what he does. And hopefully we can get that sorted in the future as well. If this video has helped you in any way, please make sure you leave a like. It really means a lot and helps the channel out. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see more videos in the future like this. Otherwise, have a good one. Peace out.